This person is dying from stress right now because you don't know the truth about your child, Archangel Michael says. The night carries a trembling hush that does not belong to ordinary silence. It feels like a breath held for too long, waiting for one name to be spoken. The truth is sitting on a chair across from you, and it keeps looking at the door. A message was written and never sent, and it burns inside the person who wrote it. They read it again and again, and each time their chest grows tighter. They want to tell you, but fear has wrapped their tongue like wire. Your child stands at the center of a story you have not fully seen. You have seen a few pages, crumpled and torn, but the chapters are missing. Someone close has kept those chapters hidden, and the hidden weight is crushing a heart. This is not about judgment, it is about protection. It is not about shame, it is about healing. It is not about the past, it is about the next hour that is still within reach. A kitchen light glows at 3 a.m., and a phone screen is too bright in a shaking hand. The person reads a line from an old conversation and hears your voice saying everything will be fine. They want to believe you, yet they look toward the hallway because the house knows a secret. A voice that once laughed easily now speaks like glass underfoot. They smile in front of you, but their palms are damp when the door clicks shut. They keep replaying moments they could have told you, and their pulse keeps racing. Your child has been walking through rooms that hide the smell of smoke. There are names on the walls that were never meant to be there. There is a plan to pull them away from what belongs to them, and the plan has almost reached the final step. The person who knows cannot sleep without seeing two paths. On one path, they speak and storms break and the sky clears afterward. On the other path, they stay quiet and the storm moves into your home. They have gathered proof with trembling bravery. Screenshots saved in a folder with a name that looks harmless. Notes written on paper because paper still feels safer than a phone. A woman with a calm voice has been telling half-stories. She walks like a friend and whispers like an echo that bends the truth. She told someone your child would never notice the switch that was planned. A man with sharp shoes keeps changing meeting times. He says delays are normal, but his eyes move too quickly when he speaks. He holds a promise in one hand and a contract in the other, and the lines do not match. Your child has carried a weight that made them act like a stranger some days. They hid it to protect you from sorrow, but sorrow grew inside them instead. They needed a door to open, and the person who loves them still holds the key. There is a day circled on a calendar with no label. It is a day when a decision will be pushed across a table. Your child's name is printed on that paper, and the ink was never meant to dry. Inside the silence, the person who knows hears footsteps in memory. They remember your child as a bright morning, fearless and loud. They see the morning dimming, and they feel their own breath turning into smoke. This is why their heart beats too fast. This is why their chest feels like a locked room. This is why their hands reach for a message and never press send. You will not be alone when you hear the full truth. You will not be broken when you hold it with steady fingers. You will not be late if you move now with calm and courage. There is a friend whose smile bends the wrong way when you mention your child's victories. They keep a small ledger in their mind where every good thing of yours is owed back. They have told one too many concerned stories to the wrong ears. A neighbor heard raised voices that were not anger, only fear. They saw your child leave quickly and return with eyes that would not settle. They almost knocked on your door, but chose the fence and pretended to water plants instead. The person who knows called a counselor and asked for advice without names. They described a house where trust is strong but not fully lit. They said a bright soul is being tugged by quiet hands from the side. The counselor told them that secrets multiply when light is low. They said the way forward is simple and heavy at the same time. Speak first with love, gather facts second, and act like the ground is firm beneath your feet. There is a place your child goes that you think is ordinary. On the surface it is harmless, but there are faces there that should not be near them. One face pretends to mentor while measuring what can be taken. A promise of fast progress was offered like candy. The sweetness hit a string tied to a door that shuts behind. Your child sensed the wrongness and tried to handle it alone. Pride can be noble, but pride can also build a cage. Your child did not want to burden you, so they carried every stone. The person who knows tried to take a few stones, and now their back is bending. Do not think you missed everything. You saw small signs and felt the chill, and your heart was telling the truth. You were waiting for confirmation, and that confirmation is arriving. Tonight a name will surface in your mind. It will feel like it floats there all on its own. That name belongs to the one who pressed the first heavy weight onto your child's path. The person who knows has seen that name too many times. They watched conversations start soft and end with pressure. They watched your child nod to keep the peace, and then breathe shallow afterward. There is a sum of money that moved from one account to another. It looked like a standard fee, but the fee paid for silence in a small way. It was disguised as help, and it was anything but help. There is a group chat where coded phrases hide in casual lines. The person who knows copied every line and tucked them away. They read those lines until their eyes hurt, and their heartbeat wrote its own message. Your child is not lost, only pulled. They are not broken, only burdened. They are waiting for a voice that says the right words at the right time. Say this with a steady tone and a gentle face. You are safe with me, and the truth has a place to land. Whatever we need to fix, we will fix together, and no one will take you from yourself. The person who knows will stand beside you when you speak. They will hand you the proof with hands that still shake. They will breathe again when you begin to breathe for both of you. There is a car that waits outside a building your child has visited. It is a car that always parks 2 spaces away from the door. The driver never looks directly, but the eyes in the mirror never close. The person who knows wrote down that license number. They saved time stamps, and they saved locations. They were afraid to share them because they did not want to be wrong. Fear makes people carry heavy bags in the dark. Hope makes people unpack them on the porch at sunrise. Today is a sunrise waiting for the door to open. You will choose words that do not accuse. You will choose words that invite. You will choose words that hold a hand without gripping too hard. Someone will try one last distraction. They will bring you a small crisis that pulls you toward the other room. Let that crisis wait, because the real matter is in front of you. A call will arrive with a voice that claims they already fixed the issue. They will offer to schedule a meeting that moves everything away by a week. Do not move your heart by a week, move your feet by an hour. Your child needs the kind of help that looks like presence. Sit across from them where their eyes can rest. Listen for the places where their voice becomes smaller, and lean in there. The person who knows is ready to confess their silence. They will tell you every reason they thought quiet was safer. They will trust that your love can handle the sound of hard truth. Inside your house there is an object you never noticed. It hides in plain sight and carries a thread to the source. Look near familiar things, and you will find the unexpected. When you find it, do not let anger lead. Let clarity lead, and let care be the shape of every step. Hold your child's timeline with honor and your own with courage. There is a relative who will be shocked when the light turns on. They will say they never knew, but they heard enough to ask and did not. You will give them a small job to do that keeps them honest. There is a friend who will become family because of this. They will show up with calm strength and practical eyes. They will hold your schedule together while you hold your child. The person who knows has carried this like a storm in their chest. They felt their own heartbeat as thunder that would not end. They will sleep tonight if you act today. Take a notebook and write 3 columns with simple headings. Truth we know, questions we will ask, actions we will take. Keep the words plain so your courage stays tall. Call the counselor back and use names this time. Share the folder of proof without pausing. Let a trained voice guide the next secure steps. Set boundaries that look like fences that keep the garden safe. Limit the places where hands have tried to reach in. Let only verified caretakers and mentors near your child's path. Your child will stand straighter when they see your eyes steadied. Their voice will rise when your presence tells the room to be honest. They will release the sigh they have been holding for months. The person who knows will finally drink water that tastes like water. They will feel their shoulders drop and their jaw unclench. They will look at you with gratitude that speaks without words. The one who plotted will feel the light on their face. They will look for another room to hide in and will find none. They will learn that your home does not host secret storms. You will count the small winds and let them gather like seeds in a pocket. You will name the progress out loud so fear loses ground. You will remember that every day forward is part of the rescue. There will be a moment when you stand outside and hear ordinary noises again. The world will sound like it used to sound. You will realize the ground stayed under you the entire time. Your child will return to the tone of their true laughter. They will start planning again with maps that fit their hands. They will keep what is theirs, and they will heal what was bruised. The person who knows will no longer count heartbeats against the clock. They will eat full meals and sleep without replaying every conversation. They will remember that they were brave in silence and braver in truth. This story does not end in shadows. It ends in a living room filled with names spoken plainly and held kindly. It ends with your child safe, and with you walking beside them with new light. Hold this direction like a compass that does not argue. Move with steady urgency and soft power. Let every step be shaped like love that protects what is precious. Your house will not serve the hungry hands of manipulation. Your door will not open to voices that divide and devour. Your table will host truth, and truth will stay for breakfast. When morning comes, you will know it is morning. You will feel it beneath your ribs and above your eyes. You will stand, breathe, and carry the day with clear strength. The person who knows will sit near the window and watch the sky. They will finally send the message they fought to write. It will say that you know, and that knowing has begun the healing. You will keep the folder of proof and the notebook of steps. You will keep the counselor's number and the list of boundaries. You will keep your child's hand in yours and let them lead where they are ready. This is how the weight lifts without breaking the floor. This is how the future opens without swallowing the past. This is how safety returns and refuses to leave. You were chosen to hear this now because timing matters. You were prepared for this long before the first wrong turn was taken. You are ready because love taught you how to be ready. The person who knows feels their pulse settling as these words reach you. They feel a door unlocking on the inside. They feel the air change, and they know you will act. When you move, move with kindness that does not flinch. When you speak, speak with clarity that does not cut. When you decide, decide with wisdom that knows where home is. Your child will step into that home and find the light on. They will see that you were waiting with patience and power. They will understand that love can be strong and gentle at once. Let the day begin like that. Let every hour carry the same music. Let the story be remembered as the moment the truth chose your side. The person who knows is not alone anymore. They are standing with you now, even if they are still across the room. They believe again because you believed first. This is your turning. This is your protection reclaiming its place. This is your child receiving what was always promised to them. Walk forward, and keep walking. The doors that tried to close are opening with quiet hinges. The path that tried to twist is straightening under your steps. All of this begins when you decide that silence is finished. All of this grows when you decide that truth will speak today. All of this lasts when you decide to guard what is sacred with calm strength. Now breathe. Lift your head. Act with love that does not fear the light. Archangel Michael says. The room holds its breath as new pieces slide into place. You feel how the story widens without losing its center. Every step now is deliberate, protective, and precise. Begin with the smallest circle of trust and build outward. Name who stands inside that circle and why they belong there. Let everyone else wait beyond the gate until facts are clear. Your child's voice is the compass that matters most. Let that voice set the pace and the order of telling. Do not rush the river, guide its banks. Create a quiet space that signals safety without words. Turn off devices that feed noise and doubt. Lay one notebook on the table and one pen in easy reach. Invite your child to place their timeline on the page. Encourage short lines and simple dates. Promise that nothing written there will be used against them. When hard details surface, breathe and keep your posture soft. Your calm becomes the scaffolding their courage leans on. Your eyes become the lighthouse that steadies their return. The person who knows will step forward when they see your steadiness. They will fill gaps with careful accuracy. They will match moments to receipts and times to locations. Organize the information into 3 bundles that stay clean. Bundle 1 is evidence, Bundle 2 is support, Bundle 3 is boundaries. Each bundle lives in its own folder so nothing tangles. Evidence must be duplicated and stored safely. Use one secure drive and one sealed envelope. Let no single failure point hold every proof. Support includes professionals and faithful friends. Write down names, numbers, and response times. Keep a short script for emergencies so words never fumble. Boundaries define who gets access and who must wait. State them plainly, and repeat them without apology. This is not punishment, this is protection that honors healing. You will receive messages that pretend to help. They will arrive with urgency that feels helpful but steals focus. Let them sit unanswered while you guard what matters. One person will insist on a meeting away from your chosen space. They will press for convenience that serves their comfort. Decline and keep every conversation on your ground. Your child will test the new safety with small disclosures. Celebrate each disclosure as progress, not spectacle. Respond with gratitude and practical next steps. If shame tries to enter the room, show it the door. Shame adds weight and hides solutions. Truth and care carry enough power without it. Plan the next 72 hours with clear checkpoints. Mark times for rest, for food, and for brief walks. Mark times for calls that cannot be delayed. The person who knows needs tending to. Give them water, light food, and a place to sit close. Tell them their courage has already changed the outcome. Expect the opposer to attempt one dramatic gesture. It may look like outrage, apology, or sudden generosity. Treat each performance as signal, not substance. If paperwork appears, read every line aloud. Underline terms that move power away from you. Decline anything that requires speed over understanding. Your child's body will show signs as stress loosens. Breathing will deepen, shoulders will rest, eyes will steady. These are early victories that deserve quiet honor. Schedule one appointment that anchors the week. A counselor, an advocate, or a specialist who knows this terrain. Let that appointment be the spine that holds other plans. You will notice how the story once fed on secrecy. You are starving secrecy by bringing things into daylight. Light becomes your method, not just your metaphor. In your home, choose one drawer as the sanctuary drawer. Only safety and truth belong in it. Evidence, contacts, and notes live there and nowhere else. Offer your child a daily ritual that is small and steady. Tea at the same time, a walk on the same street, a page in the same book. Rituals rebuild trust in time itself. Invite laughter when it comes without forcing it. Laughter that arrives on its own is medicine that requires no instruction. Let it pass through the room like warm wind. The person who knows will ask if they failed you by waiting. Tell them the waiting ends here and the helping begins now. Release them from the weight of yesterday and welcome them to today. Rehearse one firm statement for anyone who tests the boundary. We are handling this with care and support. Your access is limited for now. Repeat it calmly until it becomes a closed door. Notice how panic loses strength when plans exist. Notice how clarity grows when words stay simple. Notice how hope stands taller when actions keep pace. If a sudden memory surfaces, write it down without judgment. Memories often arrive out of order but still belong. Future clarity loves present notes. Your child might fear consequences they cannot name. Name only the next gentle step, not the whole staircase. Hold their hand, and place one foot together on the first riser. Call one trusted elder whose counsel carries peace. Invite them to bless the plan with quiet wisdom. Ask them to hold the boundary line with you if someone pushes. Prepare for the opposer to shift strategies. When pressure fails, they will attempt charm. When charm fails, they will claim confusion. Your answer stays the same through every mask. We are prioritizing safety and truth. Please step back. Consistency is your shield and your sword. Keep meals simple and frequent to steady the body. Soups, grains, fruit, and water become allies. A steady body makes a steady mind easier. Sleep may arrive in small portions at first. Welcome naps like guests who bring gifts. Guard nighttime with low light and quiet air. Give your child choices within safe boundaries. Which chair to sit in, which snack to eat, which song to play. Choice restores agency without risking safety. Let the person who knows speak their guilt into the open. Listen until the storm inside their chest quiets. Offer them a role that converts regret into service. Create a short list titled Things We Can Do Today. Limit it to 3 items to preserve energy. Crossing them off will rebuild the muscle of completion. Update the timeline board with each new fact. A visible map keeps fear from exaggerating. Facts gather strength when they stand side by side. Expect relief and grief to travel together. Both belong and both can be held. You are big enough to host them without drowning. When the opposer shows up with witnesses, remain unshaken. Witnesses often repeat what they were fed. Your steady record and calm voice outlast rehearsed lines. Practice one grounding habit for sudden adrenaline. Touch the table, name the room, take 3 slow breaths. Grounding tells the body that safety is present now. Choose a phrase that becomes your household's banner. We tell the truth kindly and we keep each other safe. Place those words where eyes can find them. Encourage your child to teach you something they love. Let them be expert for a moment in a world they control. Joy grows best when invited to lead. The person who knows will begin to smile without permission. They will stand and stretch like someone waking from long winter. They will remember the taste of ordinary afternoons. If apologies become necessary, make them specific and brief. Name the missed sign, name the new action, and move forward. Do not allow apology to become a new form of delay. Hold the line on communication protocols. No late-night calls with those outside the circle. No unscheduled visits that force quick decisions. Gather a small archive of encouragement. Print one message from a friend who believes in you. Save one note from your child that shows their bravery. Offer your child a permission slip to change their mind. If a plan feels wrong tomorrow, you will revisit it together. Flexibility is not weakness, it is wisdom in motion. The opposer will pretend to accept limits while looking for leaks. They will test edges with innocent requests. Guard edges with the same care you guard the heart. Build a tiny celebration for each week's end. Something that says we are moving, we are mending, we are here. Candles, a song, or a shared dessert can carry that meaning. Teach your child how to recognize healthy power. Power that protects, listens, and keeps promises.